Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the 21st round of the Flocking Geese Mighty and Crema in F123, and you join us in Brazil for part 1, the Sao Paulo sprint race, and part 2, the Brazilian Grand Prix, or the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. So, we're still feeling the effects of Mexico. We lost the rivalry to Verstappen, in case you were wondering. Not surprising. We've also got more penalty points, because we had to replace the MGUH component. And another component as well, I forgot what it was. But anyway. Yeah, it's going great at the moment. So, let's get in there, shall we?
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Norris, Goose, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, Gasly, Ocon, Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Albon, Joe, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Bottas, Sargent, De Vries and Callum Williams. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We will soon find out.
Alright people, the Brazilian sprint race, not exactly the main event, but anyway, the lights are counting down now. And we're off. It's still a race, and holy shit, the Goose is gone! He's gone! He's got ahead of everyone! He's taken P1 the first corner for P6! Jesus! And he's taken home for the two Ferraris of Verstappen! Oh my, Carlos Sainz! Leclerc have gone into P2. Can we just see that again? Everyone just gets a bad stop. Leclerc gets a good stop, but it's held back by his teammate Carlos Sainz, and the Goose just takes off! The Goose gets a rocket of an excellent start ahead of Verstappen, Norris, Leclerc, Sainz, and takes position 1 for the taking. Goose Lord, man! It's all going off here, isn't it? Oh, and the two Ferraris are immediately wanting to fight the Goose for position 1. Let's go so you can't speak English. As Carlos Sainz gets through. Give it a contact there from the Goose. Oh, what's going to happen here? Will the Goose try and get to position 1? And he goes and cuts the corner on the grass slightly to get position 1 back. Even though it's a sprint race, you know, you can still have fun and chaos, I suppose, for the 12 lap sprint. That's the 50% session, by the way. So 50% session, Sao Paulo Grand Prix, Brazil, 12 laps for the sprint race. I think it's 38 for the Grand Prix, but anyway. Let's see, the final corner now, going into the last fast corner now, fast straight bit now into the second lap now, and they're literally side by side. The Goose gets the fastest lap of the sprint race, so in 1 minute 17, and there's a bit of contact there from Sainz. He tries to go around, but doesn't quite make it. Obviously, the Goose pushing as hard as ever to try and get ahead and to stay in position 1, but as we know from Qatar and America and the circuit of the Americas, that is well, the strategy needs changing, but hopefully we do well this time round. So literally no change in the standings. Sainz, Leclerc, Verstappen, Norris, those are your top 5. We move now to the end of lap 2, and we set the fastest lap again. 1 minute 12 ahead of Sainz. and the DRS is now enabled. And nothing happened until lap 6. And that's the honest truth, because it's a sprint race. Also, there are parts of the track which are quite narrow, so you can't really overtake or do anything. This section though, Carlos Sainz literally has his momentum, goes ahead, and have we seen the George Russell manoeuvre? Leclerc is thinking about it now, so the Goose is sandwiched between the two Ferraris here. Our Delta, we are slowing in Delta because obviously, well, we're too aggressive. Instead of being steady with the tyres here. But we still have the fastest lap. We cut the corner there. How did we not get an FIA warning for that? I don't know. And Carlos Sainz is gone. He's gone. His Delta is much more. He's got a better pace, better Delta. He's fast. He knows what he's doing. The Goose is just an unhinged animal. Ferrari have Sainz and Leclerc on the leashes respectively, and Leclerc thought about going around the outside then into turn 1 of lap 7, but no. The Goose defends, and we all know what happens when Leclerc tries to overtake the Goose. From previous races, 30% wear on the tyres. Leclerc gets through now, just like Carlos Sainz did in the previous lap, but the Goose goes round the inside and overtakes. Verstappen now overtakes Charles Leclerc for position 3. So we got 2 problems: Monaco Madman and our ultimate rival himself, Charles Leclerc, as well as the whining Dutchman Maxime Verstappen. But yes, still second place, however, still holding it down in P2, which is still pretty excellent. But there's contact with Verstappen and the Goose. We know what happened. Remember the Dutch Grand Prix? Oh! No, the Goose sends Verstappen back by a few milliseconds there. That could have gone horribly wrong. Carlos Sainz now moves up to 2 seconds in front of us. Sorry. Yeah, our Delta is slowing. 1 minute 14 we set that lap 7, so we're on lap 8 now. Still P2 though. Still pretty impressive. Verstappen though, trying to think about it, but the Goose defends like mad. Obviously graduating from the school of Max Verstappen driving. And Mark telling us that there's 5 laps of fuel left as you do it. And Verstappen gets through, just like with Sainz. Leclerc, well, not quite Leclerc, no, not quite Sainz, sorry. Just like with Leclerc, goes round the inside of Verstappen. So he's not learned, Verstappen. Oh, we're on the grass. Will this cost us? The Goose loses position 2 to Charles Leclerc. Leclerc gets through, but the Goose is trying to do something. Oh! He's overcooked it! He's on the grass! He loses all those positions! The yellow caution is out! We drop down to position 9, just behind Pierre Gasly, the man himself. Oh, position 9! This is not actually an excellent Goose to go around. Oh, there's contact with Hamilton as we go to lap 11. Jesus. This is going well. P7. So we've lost 5 positions now. But still in the top 10. And Pierre Gasly nearly went into the wall there as the Goose tried to assassinate him. The Goose breaks too late into the final lap. Oh my... Oh no, he's lost it because of Alonso! King Alonso! Oh, the Goose has lost it completely. Oh, come on. Oh! Oh, but I saw debris then. Look at the state of our car. Alex Albon has been assassinated in broad daylight with the cost of a 10-second penalty for the Goose. Can we just... What happened? The Goose goes on the track, the tyres can't take it, hits Alonso, and literally loses control of the car, and then tries to go back on the track and just assassinates Alexander Albon. for the second time this season. Oh, Williams Racing will be knocking on the Flocking Geese's CEO's office door at this point. We're on board with one of the Mercedes, I think. And yeah, the Goose reverses, but instead of allowing the other cars to pass, he just goes straight out there and just assassinates Albon. And then he runs into the back of him. You just saw our teammate there going off the distance, so we are now last with a 10-second penalty because of our dangerous dangerous little take on the track there. But Jesus, no, not again. We started P6, we then made our way to P1. Look at the state of our car. The underbody has serious damage. That's not even that's dark orange. That's between orange and red. And Carlos Sainz wins the Brazilian sprint race at the Sao Paulo circuit. I think this is his first win of a sprint race this season. So we have worn out tyres. The soft tyres are in the 50s, 40%. And as you can see, the Goose has literally just given up completely. We have a damaged front wing. The engine's on yellow, and we have massive, serious underfloor damage, as you can see. But apart from that, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you. Let's go and wrap up, shall we? As we cross the checkered flag at our own pace. Obviously, this is going to affect us with the penalty points for the Grand Prix, and we're last. Oh yeah, shut the f up, you.
So let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.
So yeah, thanks for watching part 1, and we'll see you in part 2 for the Grand Prix.